Alright, so now we've taken a look at what rockets are made of, and they've got four main sections that we took a look at in the last little video. They've got something we call the payload at the top. That's where we're going to sit if we were going to be in the rocket. You got that guidance system that's going to direct the rocket. You've got the propulsion system that's going to get us all up in the air. It's where all the engines are. And then we've got that structural system, the sort of structure of the whole thing. And before we start building our own rocket today, we want to take a look at how we're going to get that space station. But we're going to take a look at what the outside of the space station looks like, the International Space Station looks like. And we're going to do that by going to my Minecraft world. In my Minecraft world, I have, just so happen to have, an entire International Space Station that I built. And we're going to take a look at it. And I want to show you how you all can look around in the Minecraft that you have and that you're going to build in today. So first of all, this is my world. If you've never been in it, you're going to love it. You're going to come play sometime in my world for Minecraft. This is really neat. This is my classroom. And I like space. So what do we have here? This is a full-scale Saturn V rocket. And so think about how big this is today as you start thinking about the rocket you're going to build, the spaceship you're going to build. That is a full-scale. So let's take a look. This happens to be right next to our full-scale International Space Station that we're going to go in just a minute. That's it. That's the one I built. This is the Saturn V rocket. We're going to get closer. We're going to go all the way to the top, up into where the payload would have been for the astronauts, way up in this area. Oh my goodness, look how high up in the sky you would be. Oh, that just makes me nervous. It's so high in the sky. You might happen to notice it's over here next to our Titanic. One of these days we'll do a lesson about sea travel, and we'll take a look at it. We're going to go in though. So today's mission is we're going to create a rocket, some type of spaceship that's going to get us from Earth, get you from Earth to the International Space Station so you can explore the space station with us. And so this is what the space station looks like from outside. So we're going to zoom out. And the reason I want you to understand what it looks like from outside is because Minecraft has done a great job of building the interior. Their interior is really neat. We'll take a look inside of mine, and then we'll take a look inside of theirs before we start our build. So while we're looking at this, if you haven't already, you want to get your Minecraft Education Edition loaded up, and so you can build your own spaceship here in just a minute. Alright, so we're going to go in. This is my International Space Station that's in my classroom. And we're going in it. And so this is essentially sort of where we're going to come into the International Space Station that Minecraft has built. Theirs has more stuff on the inside than mine does. I've got students right now on a master copy of this building out the interior of our space station. So this is what ours looks like on the inside. And anytime you would like to come play, I will even hook your teacher up with a copy if they would like it. Whoops. So you all can play in this world anytime you like. There's a lot of fun stuff to do in this world. So this is my International Space Station in my classroom. This is the Saturn V rocket. This is our planetarium in here. If you came in here and you haven't studying about space, you can come in here. And we're going to have, in the bigger world, there's more NPC characters, but you can learn about light speed, all about light speed by talking to this expert. Over here you can learn about the solar system. This guy will tell you all about and show you a video that explains the solar system. So it's a cool, fun place to come learn and explore in. So now we're going to take a look at the space station that you're going to build a rocket to travel to. And so we're going to go, and now you have this on yours already. We're going to go into View Library. We're going to go to where it says Monthly Build Challenges. Because in the Monthly Build Challenges, right down here, scrolling down, We're not getting into this one yet. We're going to do the build a spacecraft in just a minute. But first, we're going to go down and look at the International Space Station. There's a lesson designed right here for it. When we click open, we're going to create the world. And teachers, if you want to use these lessons in class, there's all kinds of lesson resources there, including assessments and handouts that the students can use. As we explore the International Space Station, you'll see theirs has lots of cool things that you can interact with, lots of switches. A lot of switches don't do a lot of cool stuff. There's the computer panels. You will want to turn your fly on, the ability to fly on, because when you come into areas like this, you'll fall down. You'll fall right down in that hole. And what's really cool, though, about this is it's set up just like the real International Space Station, so you will want to come explore in here. Here, I told you to turn on the fly, and then I can't fall down. Here we go. Down here, you're going to see that there's some cool stuff that goes on. Let me fly back up just a little bit here. And there are observatory areas where you can observe. Let's look up here. I think there's an observatory up here where we can look outside at space. There's several of them. I've explored much of it. I have not gone all the way through it, but it's absolutely huge. You can go through the entire thing, and where the restrooms are in the real space station, they're here where they're supposed to be. Where the space suits are supposed to be, they're here where they're supposed to be. Here's one of the observatories. So we can go outside and look at all the stars looking out in space. So using the power of Minecraft, you are going to be able to get on the International Space Station once you have built a rocket to get there. So now, let's get to the build. We've talked enough. So I've saved an exit. I'm going to go into that view library. I'm going to go back into that monthly build challenges. I'm going to go down to where it says build a spaceship, and I'm going to click create world. Now, what I have here is a launch pad for our rocket. Now, you're going to build your own rocket. You're going to build a cool rocket right here on this launch pad that's going to take you into space. Now, how do you do that? Well, first of all, we need to click our inventory and bring up some stuff that we can build with. So we're going to click our E button. When you bring up the E button, it brings up the inventory, and you can bring in all these different things. Then, because we're in the Minecraft Education Edition, you have full access to all of the resources. Unlike survival mode, where you had to work hard and struggle to get these things, here everything, I'm just going to scroll through so you can see that I'm telling you the truth. Everything you could possibly imagine is available at your fingertips. All you got to do is put whatever you want to build with in the little hotkeys down below. And the hotkeys are the little keys that let you build or select what you're going to build with at the time. And so I'm going to be using concrete to build mine, and I'm going to make my rocket yellow and red and orange, and then the very top of it's going to be blues. Okay, now think about what now don't use the powder. And matter of fact, I'm going to put some cool terracotta in there too, because I think that's a cool design. So I've got some building materials. I'm going to go ahead and start building. If you've never built with Minecraft, you are going to have a lot of fun. Just remember, right click, put something down, like so. Left click destroys it. Now, you would think, boy, that's a silly design issue element to have a destroy button next to the build button, but boy, that's what they do. They put it right there. So I'm going to start by building my fins, and I'm going to build my fins along that little guide they gave us there. And I'm going to build mine so that they get a little smaller as they get closer to the rocket. Again, now guys, your rocket is not going to look like my rocket. Your rocket's going to look like your rocket. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be colors you choose. It's going to be the shape you choose. You're building your rocket in your world. And then I'm going to show you how to take a picture of it. And you're going to submit a picture of your rocket to your teacher, so they can use that and see just how cool it is to build in Minecraft, and how many amazing things you all can come up with, and how different everybody's is. Everybody's is going to be something unique. Now I'm building the sort of the bottom, if you will, of my rocket. The little base of that structure. Remember we talked about the structure of the rocket they did in the early video. What's the structure going to look like? And so this is what my base is going to look like, but again, your base may be different. And how proficient are you at building at Minecraft? Probably more so than I am, but I'm getting better. So you're using your shift keys and your space keys. If you click double space, it lets you fly. And your spaceship doesn't have to be huge. This is going to be kind of an understanding of just where everything goes, so you sort of understand how rockets are built and made. And so this would be my structure, but this would sort of be where that propulsion part would be. This would be where the engines would be down in this area, and the fire and would shoot at the bottom, scaring everybody around on takeoff. Oh, I'll pick that up in a minute. I wonder if that ever happens when they're building rocks. People just drop rocket parts. Probably not. They're probably really expensive. Alright. So this is my propulsion part of my structure, where the rockets are going to be. I'm then going to put the little guidance area. Remember, they showed us just above this would be probably where the guidance systems would be, where they can put the equipment that's going to tell the rocket when to turn, when to gain altitude, and all of that stuff. And I'm going to choose my yellow for this part, so I know that's a different part. And this is what my rocket's looking like. Yours is going to look very different. I can't wait to see what yours looks like. We're going to end up putting some of these in a gallery of 4th Friday stuff eventually, where we can see all the cool things you all have made. And so I'm going to continue my little section here. Mine's starting to get a little smaller at the top. Oh no, I didn't turn the weather off, so here it is raining. Now I'm going to put the payload, where I think I'm going to use this other, where the astronauts will sit. If we had cargo that we would take up there, if we're going to have a satellite we're going to launch into space, it's going to be in this part. And once I've got my rocket done, I'm going to step back and take a look at it, and then I'm going to launch and head to that International Space Station. Uh-oh, lightning. Alright, that's my rocket. That's my spaceship. What if I wanted to add some cool wings to it? I think I'm going to add some fins to it here on the side. Some cool wings. When I was a kid, I used to love to watch the international, the shuttle, I should say, take off. The space shuttle. Back when I was a kid, we had a shuttle program. Y'all don't even know what that is anymore. But there's a whole fleet, a whole bunch of these rockets that could go into space and then come back, and we could watch them take off again, and they all had names, and we'd go, oh, my favorite one's Discovery, and it was an interesting time. It was cool to have a space program. Alright, so that's what mine looks like. I'm going to bring it over here so you can see it. Alright, I'm getting ready for takeoff, getting ready for liftoff. Now, this is the time for you all to start sending in your pictures. Now, how do you take a picture? Well, let's go back to our inventory, click E, And we're going to type up here, first of all, Portfolio, portfolio. The word portfolio is like a little journal that we're going to put our photos in. But what photos? We're going to have something to take a photograph with. So we're going to come up here and now type camera, C-A-M-E-R-A. When we do, we got a camera. I'm going to put that camera also now in my, I don't need all 64 of them, do I? I just need a camera. Well, alright, that'll work. Put my camera in there. But you're going to select your camera. And once you do, you're simply going to right click. And now it takes a picture. Now if I scroll over here using my wheel to my portfolio. And I right click on it. Well, there's the picture of my rocket. Now I'm going to just simply put my name. Now, and then I'm going to call it Mr. McGuire's rocket. Alright. Now I can export that portfolio if I like. If I click enter, I can save it. I can do a screenshot. This is one of my favorite things to do. If you are on a PC or something, you can even just come over here and do the little snippet tool. I'll show you how. There's lots of different ways you can submit this to your teacher so they can see it. So the little snip and sketch, if I click a new snip and sketch, I can just save that picture and send that to my teacher as well. Click save here by clicking the little save button, and then I can name it here as well, my rocket. Remember, when you do these, when you save these images, always remember what file you're saving it to so that you can go back and locate and find those and submit those. Alright guys, I hope you had fun, and I can't wait to see what kind of cool rockets you made.